Hi, I'm Russ Winstanley, founder, DJ and resident DJ, Wigan Casino. We started in September 23rd, 1973 and ran until December the 6th, 1981. It was amazing really to start that up because in the late 60s I'd always loved the Beatles, and the Beatles used to go on about Motown records and saying how good it was. So I started listening to a lot of Motown records as well at the time. I started DJing because I just wanted to do a few different things and earn a few pounds towards the end of the 60s, and then approached them at the Beer Keller in Wigan to do a Saturday night, and also at Wigan Rugby League Club. We specialised in doing Northern Soul, and people started travelling from all around. It held around 600, and then I heard in late 72 that the place, one of the all-nighters in Stoke, was actually going to finish, and we thought, well, what a great idea this would be, but you know, we're filling the rugby club here. I wonder what the best place would be. And one place I hadn't worked at then, because it's generally all run by agents, went to Wigan Casino because it was totally built with an incredible dance floor, fully sprung dance floor. Initially for the dance times in the 40s, 50s, 60s in the big band sound. So we had the big dance floor at the Empress Suite, which held around 3,000 to 4,000. We had another club underneath called the Beachcomber that held around 1,000, and then we had another place called Mr. M's, which we ended up having to open because we had too many people in, and that held around 750. I went along, I saw Mr. Marshall, who had the place, and his manager, Mike Walker. And Jerry Marshall looked at me a bit and said, hang on a second, you know, we're nice and busy, we do a rock night on a Saturday everything, and it just seems a bit extreme, I don't really want to lose that. And I said, well, we could do like an all-nighter thing. He said, well, yeah, but we're very busy till about 1 o'clock. So I said, well, can we not start at 2 o'clock? And he like looked at me and I looked at Mike, and Mike Walker, luckily, he was a similar age to me, early 20s, and said, yeah, come on, let's have a go. So on the Saturday night, I did me spell at the Beer Keller till 12, carted my equipment up to Wigan Casino, and we set everything up, started at 2 a.m. and worked through until 8 o'clock in the morning. We had over 700 people in at 75p each, and everybody was just absolutely loved it. It was great. So from because I didn't want to lose any of the bookings I'd worked so hard at getting, like the Beer Keller and the rugby club. So from 8 in the morning at the casino, I drove down to the rugby club to do the Sunday lunch at the rugby, and that was after having my record shop in the centre of Wigan on the Saturday. So it just started the fact of I would never ever go to sleep on a Saturday for 8 years. It was amazing, really. People then would travel from all around the country, so we're getting coaches from like Plymouth, Portsmouth, Scotland on a regular basis. It just got so popular, and then again we were looking for acts and artists that we could put on. Edwin Starr was amazing, Martha Reeves, we had a budget of £2,500, which is pretty good in the mid-70s. But one guy was coming across, Jackie Wilson, he was the total legend. And I phoned and they wanted like £7,000 for him. So I said, well, and then I found out that on the Saturday he was actually working in Manchester at 11 o'clock before the casino. So I had a word and said, well, why doesn't he do that and then come down to the casino? So we managed to get him for £3,000, which is absolutely brilliant. But to have the acts as well, and to become friends with these people, because there's so many records that they had, and they didn't realise that we were looking for records slightly a bit rarer, not the more popular ones. But it really was the fact of the people who came along and just made it. There was most of the time then when you went to many nightclubs there was generally one or two fights or something, or somebody was chucked out or something. At the casino it was something, somebody bumped into somebody. So, I'm sorry about that, where are you from? And the friendships and relationships started in the 70s, which still continue in 2020, were absolutely amazing. And you wouldn't believe that it was still going now, but it's stronger than ever. And, I've put on events for Butlins. We get 8,500 people in over the weekends, Warner's hotels. I got a phone call saying, do you travel much and come to do spots? I said, yeah, well, it's not too bad. He said, where are you? He said, Dubai. I said, okay, yeah. And I got there, there's 500 people he used to come to Wigan Casino in the place in Dubai. It just really is something that it's so proud of, and so proud to be a Wiganer and to put something into to Wigan as well. We were the first club. We started our own record label called Casino Classics. Just before that, I'd seen a guy called Tommy Hunt, who used to be in the Flamingos. I saw him at Cavendish at Blackburn. I was blown away. First time ever I went, I said, sorry, I don't know you, where you're from and everything. And he said, he told me about the Flamingos, and I only have eyes for you. After releasing the last 3 records, I used to play at the end of each night. So there's always, I'm on my way. The next to last time I pass you by, the one before that, long after tonight is all over. And they became known as the 3 before 8, the last 3 before 8. So it's great for us because as soon as long after tonight started, people knew that it was almost time to be saying goodbye. And they would start getting their stuff together. And they generally had a change of clothes. And then they would nip up the hill from the casino and go to the swimming baths and have a nice swim around, change of clothes and everything, and then head back home. But the casino became so very popular that we also started running a monthly Friday oldies all-nighter and early sessions every Monday, Wednesday and Friday. And believe it or not, we used to get between 12 and 14,000 people a week through the doors. And we had over 4 million people in the time that the casino was running.